It's me, Michael C., the source of life over the mic. My guests and I will share our stories and experiences. Now on the show today we have Miss Marty Henderson, and we're going to talk about the positivity that she had through teaching through the pandemic, and a lot more. Sit back and relax. We're going to have a good one for you. You already know what time it is. Let's go get 'em. We're back. We're back. You already know who it is. It's Michael C., the source of life over the mic. So just sit back and relax, y'all. When it comes down to this woman, she was the first person I seen in Melrose. Yeah, she gave me a introduction because I needed to get to a room and it was go left, go right, go up the ramp, and you'll be there. But at the end of the day, she's like an aunt, a sister. Yeah, this is my dog, man. I love her to death. And she told me that she was going to be an admin, and she was going to be a teacher, and she was going to take it even further. And damn it, she definitely has. I want to introduce you, Miss Marty Henderson. What's up, yo?
What's
Welcome to
going
the
on?
Skybox,
Thank you.
girl. You
Look
are.
at you showing off over here in the Skybox. I'm so proud of you.
I told you, girl. I told you I was going to do it.
You said you was
I
going to
did
do it.
tell you I was
You're
going to do it,
doing
and
it.
I told
You
you I was
talking
going to.
about me? You doing it?
I told you I was going to drag you on this thing.
I know. Against my will.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Well, one thing before we even get anywhere through this, one thing, if you haven't noticed, she's wearing a mask. And her and I were talking about this. When it comes down to the pandemic, everybody's right around that, like, yeah, we're right around that corner. But you're that person that say, until it's 100%.
And it, I want to get rid of the mask too, Micheal. I do. I want to get rid of the mask. I am over it. But like I said, I was in a public place. I just came back from a public place. And the people that I was with, one of them said that they had just had the test for COVID. They tested negative, but you don't know, because you can have symptoms and have it, or don't have symptoms and have it, or vice versa. So, you have family here and children and stuff. So I didn't want to be bringing anything here about you got COVID and then it was me.
True. You never know, but
Yeah,
you
you
never
have
really
kids
know.
and stuff,
Never know. Well, let's go to education and teaching. All right, what got you into education and teaching?
I think I've always been. I've taught my children, my nieces and nephews, and I think me being an impact and being influential to children is important.
Right.
You know what, Mr. Smith? I am the only person in our building in the classroom that they see like themselves.
Yeah,
And
I would agree.
I've heard some people have said, why don't you go here? Why don't you try another school and things like that? But our kids need us. They
You're right.
need us.
You're right. When it really
They
comes
need
down
people
to
like
it.
me.
So you started from administration assistant to now, like I call you, I'm gonna tell you, teacher of the year, first grade teacher. Take us through that journey.
Well, I originally started in the school district because I wanted to be home with my kids for after school and things like that, because just so much is going on, and I was able to be in with my kids, be a part of my kids' lives, where I was able to be home when they were home from school, 2 hour delays and stuff. So I actually didn't start out as an administrative assistant or a secretary. I started off as a Title One office assistant, and I loved it because I had my summers off and snow days and stuff, and I can be a part of my kids' life daily. And then when they came to my job, no one knew the otherwise. They just mingled in because they were kids too.
Right.
And so they played jump rope. They was in the after school program, and I could just keep an eye on my kids and not have them going home, being at home by themselves and stuff. So I got into it for that, and I didn't go back to school because it was too much. When I was trying to raise my kid, I was a single mother, so trying to raise my kids and go to school because I needed to be at parent conferences and things like that. It just didn't cut it.
Right.
And so finally, when they got older and more self-sufficient and could go places, drive themselves and everything, then I went back to school. And then by that time, I had been the secretary for many, many years. And then I wanted to, and I had different administrators and things, a secretary and under different administrators, and wanted to become one myself. And so, and I feel like to become a good administrator, you need to know every job under it.
I know that.
So I do like the fact that I've had the experience in every area thus far, underneath the administrator in a building. And so I have 2 more years, and then
we'll keep on stepping.
Keep on stepping.
What was the toughest obstacle into becoming a teacher?
I guess I would say time, because again, I didn't want to do it when my kids were small. And then my daughter, my oldest daughter, she had a medical emergency. So that I had to set out for about a year to be there for her. But if anything that was an obstacle, it was only time.
No time.
Time. Right. That was it.
What was your first year? Your first year was during the pandemic. Second year was when it first started, was during the pandemic?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. The first year was during the pandemic.
So what were a few obstacles that you had during those years?
The thing was, with the pandemic is, one, I didn't learn in school how to teach virtually. And in the beginning of the pandemic, when I first came back, we started
virtual.
Yep, virtual. And I'm like, wait, what? And then I got the hang of that. And the one thing about me, Mr. Smith, no, I ain't gonna call you Mr. Smith. Can I be informal?
That's fine.
Micheal. One thing about me, Mr. Smith, is when I'm doing something, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it well.
Right.
And so I was really frustrated because I didn't know what to do, and then on top of that, put it together to try to do it virtually. But then I learned, and I asked people, and I hooked up with people that knew some things, and then I added my own twist, and then it was easy. It became easy because then I knew what I was doing. And then, oddly enough, when we came back in person this school year, I said, I don't know this, because I did so well with the virtual. Now I turned around and had to learn this, but now I appreciated it because it gave me that exposure.
So, like, when the chips were down, who were the people that you did look up to?
Like other seasoned teachers who were on point. Miss Layton,
I had her on.
Miss Devlin. She's bad. That's who you need on the SkyBoxxS, Miss Devlin.
Miss Devlin. You hear that?
Yeah.
You hear that? You hear that?
Yep. I'm putting you out there, girl. Sorry, but it's true. Those were, and Miss Hester. Those were some teachers that just showed me things, and it just made so much sense. And although they were different grade levels than me, things just clicked, and like, oh, and then of course, I had to bring my own
little swang to it. You definitely do.
And on top of their swing and my swing, and it's like, it's the swangest. Is that a word?
I mean, it got to be now. It's on the SkyBoxxS now. Got to be a word now.
Yeah, it's a great. Cold people do what?
Cold things.
That's right.
Well, let's talk about your teaching style, because the one thing, you know me, I bust in, but when it comes to yours, it's different. Like, if I come in, the one thing I've saw in your class is nothing but positivity.
It's important.
Talk to me about that through the rough times that we've gone through.
It's important because they need to feel confident within themselves. They need to know that they can do it despite the pandemic. Just like Dr. Foster said, you set them expectations and they meet them. If you go in there negative, they're going to feel that energy. People say they don't know, they just kids. They know.
Oh, they know.
They know, Mr. Smith.
Oh, yes.
And I think that positive energy, and I'm silly. My dad was silly, and my dad was really silly. And I just have that with me, and they can relax and be themselves. Like, there's nothing wrong with passing gas. There's nothing wrong with
Right.
burping. It's something we
You're
do.
human.
And
You're
and I
human.
don't want them feeling like they're bullied. I want them to feel safe in my class, and that they can ask me anything, and they do, and they're comfortable, and I think that makes them learn better. They're all just growing. My one student, he didn't talk for 5 months. He just sat there, and he wouldn't write. He wouldn't talk. He didn't know how. He couldn't write it. I don't know if he couldn't write it. I shouldn't say that. He didn't write it.
Mm-hmm.
Writing his name, talking, telling,
Doing everything.
everything. He wouldn't even play at recess. He's playing with the kids. He was like, Miss Henderson, I'm gonna win this game. This time I'm gonna win. I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna win. Now he didn't win, but still. And so, and that they just bring joy to my heart because they try, and they need to know that somebody is in their corner and value them, value their education, and want them to learn. And then, oh, I can't do it, and then they do it, and I said, like you said, you couldn't do it.
And
Look at
that's
it,
the
you
one.
did it right there.
Yeah, and I've seen you in the sense of like, you look at them differently than I see a lot. There's great teachers out there, but yours is just a different style to where you're not looking at them as like, okay, well, you don't got that energy, but you're a child. You supposed to have all that. No, I'm a human. I can be tired too.
I can be tired too. I can be tired too. Like, yeah, I didn't
Like
have a good this
I might not be able
weekend.
to express it like an adult, but you know what? I'm frustrated too.
I'm
I might throw a
frustrated.
temper tantrum,
Yep.
but
Yep.
I can't express it. But I can be tired too, and
I can be
mean,
tired too. You didn't get a good night's sleep last night, honey. And it's like, no, I said, I know, I didn't either. And that's how they can talk to me.
And you have to feel that, like,
yes,
as a
yes,
child,
you
if
do.
they didn't get a good night's sleep, think about yourself when you didn't get one. You're
Mhm.
cranky.
Mhm.
They're cranky, but they express it a little bit different.
Yeah.
What have you brought as an administrator assistant to the world of a teacher?
My room is on point. You hear what I say? It's on point. It's so organized.
They're
It,
detailed. They're very detailed
it's
oriented.
in the room. It's in the room. And then the kids know it. Oh no, Miss Henderson, they picked it up. Miss Henderson, I tell them in a minute, I don't leave it on don't leave it on this floor. Don't do that. And they're neat, and then they know it, and they like, oh no, honey, you can't write like that. You have to write better, and things like that. But it brings confidence within them. It brings up their skills that they're going to need long before. I said, I don't want y'all to just learn it in my room to pass the test. I want you to know it when you 7, 10, 20,
40.
40,
Right.
50,
Right.
60, and then you telling it to your grandkids.
Right.
And y'all make sure y'all better mention me when y'all get them awards and stuff. I had this teacher named Miss Henderson. Don't act funny. Don't act funny.
Don't act funny.
Don't act funny.
I got a 2-part question for you.
Oh God, I don't know that I
All right,
trust you,
Here
Micheal.
we go. What was the best compliment you received from a parent and what Dr. Foster calls a scholar?
I'm gonna start with my scholar, and I just told the parent today because I said he just brought joy to my heart. He said to me, Miss Henderson, I hope because his mom is teaching them how to be close and look out after his little brother. And he said, I hope that when my little brother gets to be in first grade, when he's in first grade, I hope he has you as his teacher, so that then when I come to pick him up, I can see you. Yeah, I said, oh.
I agree.
Oh, you're so sweet that he want to come back and see me. He said, I love school. I love my class. And the parents said that they are happy. Actually, your buddy that you always send into my room, I'm like, why do he always send you around here like you have special privilege? You're just walking in my room. You're walking on the side of the bed, banging on my window. He said, Mr. Smith told me. I said, what is this? Mr. Micheal telling people to come to my room. This ain't protocol.
My man Bowling. That's my man Bowling, yo. That's
and
my
he
guy.
came around and his mom, he said it, and the mom, I don't know, his wife or whatever they are, he said that they both said that I'm just so glad that all my kids are in my room because they need it. I just wish that more would enter into the profession, more
Yeah.
males like you. You're such an influence and inspirational to our kids, and they need it.
They
need
do.
us.
They really do, and that's the one thing that, when it comes down to it, when I say more like us, I mean more like us.
I mean that,
I mean
literally.
more like us, literally. And then when I say more like us, I mean more like us.
Mhm.
All right.
And
All
that's
right, I
that.
got 2 more questions and we're going to ride out. How's that?
All right.
All right.
I'm with you.
What skills do you feel that you need to improve on when it comes to teaching?
Do more, be more flexible with, not flexible, more detailed with my planning. I'm learning it, but it's so much to learn. I want to be able to say, okay, John, and I'm getting there, but I want it to be like
On point.
Like-
Detail oriented again.
like
There you
tight,
go.
like you know how I ran the office.
Mhm.
That's how I want my classroom, and that's that. Excuse
That
me.
took a long time.
Excuse me. That's how my classroom is going to be, and I'm getting there.
You are.
I know. I'm getting there.
Oh, yeah, you are.
And I'm learning it because it's just so much. But I want to learn how, like, if this is this, then I can put it together, and I want to be able to do it with confidence and know without having to ask, because I know that this goes together. This child needs this, and even though they need to learn this skill, I want to teach it to them this way because it's gonna, they're going to be able to retain it better. And I don't want to be like, oh, turn to page 5. And then this, because they're looking at me like, when are we going to be done with this, Miss Henderson?
Yeah, just think about the teachers that you had that really impacted your life now. Like, those were the teachers that I remember. Mr. Fisher, he would tell these like Greek mythology stories that would make you, like, you would hear the bell and people would sort of like,
yeah. Y'all got to wait, just stand
we're
around
not,
the room.
y'all got to stand out there and until
Mhm.
this story is done. Like, he was
Mhm.
that good. And you have those type of impact teachers, and I see a few even in Melrose. I see a lot in Melrose, but like I said, you're one of them that I've seen. You came from the mud, we're gonna call it, and it's
I
like
live right around, and I like that my kids see me in the same grocery store that they go to.
they look
They
at you like
see
a
me-
rock star, though, don't they?
Yeah, because that I can sit on the floor in my morning meeting with them. That my clothes are not too good that I can't sit on the floor with them.
Right. Guess what? Let me ride out with this one. 2-part question. What's next in 1 year? And what's next in 5 years?
1 year, I will be done. I will be, because technically, when you first begin, I'm still a temporary
Okay.
employee. You have to finish your induction done. Have to have at least 24 continuing ed classes done, and so now I have to have 6 satisfactory observations
Done.
done. Well, I'm down 3, and so in the next year I'll finish my go from temporary to professional, and then I'm going to enroll because after the 3 years I can then now begin my classes for to finish up my classes for the admin, and then those 2 years that it'll take me to get that will be, then I will be 5 years in the classroom. Then I can apply for the principal.
You got any shout outs?
Ken. I don't know if she gonna watch it.
Yeah.
That's my stinky. That's my stinky baby. These my girls. You know I gotta give a shout out to Melrose Mustang, Room 154. Y'all do everything right. And that's just the bottom line. I hate to say it, but our room is just sorry, y'all. Sorry, Melrose. Sorry, it's just how it is.
Hey, man. We're going to show it to him, man.
Shout out to my old Micheal for having me on the SkyBoxx. Thank you.
Girl. You know what it is. Shout out to all you guys, everybody that's watching the SkyBoxx. Shout out to all the scholars at Melrose Elementary School. Shout out to HBG 717 Stand Up. Shout out to Nico Curtis. You already know what it is. You already know
Who's that?
You already know who it is.
I know.
You know who that my man is. Shout out to my love. Shout out to everybody, even when it comes down to it. But if you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns, hit me up at the number one, SkyBoxx at gmail.com. If you're on Facebook, all you have to do is search me, Micheal C, or Micheal Curtis, Micheal Curtis. And if you're on YouTube, all you have to do is search the SkyBoxx. And remember, hit that like and subscribe button. It's only $3.99. And also, hit me up on IG at SkyBoxxPod. And I got Miss Marty Henderson on the SkyBoxx. And I want to thank her for gracing us with her energy, her positivity, and all that through the SkyBoxx. And again, I'm Micheal C, the source of life over the mic. And also remember, be good to yourself, y'all. My final thoughts. Through the rough times in the pandemic, Miss Henderson is right. Positivity is what these kids are looking for, and positivity is what they need. If we give them that positive energy, they're going to come out with positive results. If we just keep on doing good things in this world, I guarantee you the kids are going to give us good results. This is my final thoughts. I'm Micheal C, the source of life over the mic. And also, be good to yourself, y'all. Thanks for watching the SkyBoxx. And click one of these 3 videos that relate to the SkyBoxx. And also remember, be good to yourself, y'all.